Lord gave me the recipe. For better days, calling out my name. It won't always be this way. Everything gon' change, everything gon' change. Better days, calling out my name. Oh, no, no, it won't always be this way. Everything gon' change, everything gon' change.
So, we got the one and only Eon Grey in the building.
Howdy.
This is episode 7 of Revealing Human Design. I'm super excited to be here with you.
Happy to be here too.
Yes, you're like literally one of my favorite musicians ever.
Thank you so much.
Like genuinely. And to know you personally too and like know your heart and your soul. It's so cool. I'm like, oh, and he's a great person
we just got
too.
started and she's always trying to get tears out of me.
Yeah, you know.
Already.
Because I just have to speak from the heart. I'm like, you genuinely, like your voice, your talent, your creativity, it's very potent. And like people feel it. Like when you walk, and I love your confidence too. And I know like I met you at a place where your confidence was already built. So it's like to be able to see you
It's
even
so
continue to build it. I'm like, he's getting even better.
Outside looking in, it's like, oh yeah, he's already got it together. I know.
Yeah. It's like you meet people on different like stages of their life. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you're in your prime. Like you were saying that earlier, you're in your prime and you know that everything that you're doing now is going to continue to put you more and more in your prime.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. So, Eon Grey is a musician, writer, artist, poet. Tell them what else you do. Tell them from your perspective how you would like to introduce yourself to the world.
So, I'm a soil scientist by like profession. That's what I do for work. I'm a soil scientist currently for the United States Department of Agriculture, Natural Resource Conservation Service. I've been doing that since I was 14, doing research at my alma mater, Prairie View A&M University. But outside of the academic achievements and whatnot, I deem myself a composer, producer, and performer. I think that is the most concise way I could describe what I do and what I strive to do with my art.
I love that. Okay, you said composer, producer, and
performer.
And performer.
Yes.
Composer, producer, and performer. You heard it here first. I love that. So we talked about human design prior. We had a brief conversation about human design.
Yes.
But even prior to this specific conversation, we were just kind of talking about a little bit of the elements that you're able to take and already start to implement. So I think that's super cool that you've already been able to implement even just with like one, talk about it.
Very
and I feel
impactful,
like, yeah, that's how potent human design is. It's like you don't need to sit and like research for hours. It can be like a 30-minute conversation. You're like, whoa, you just blew the top out of the water. Yes.
I know.
Yeah. So my first question for you is, how has human design shifted your perspective on your inner world?
I think I always saw myself as a very fast-paced person. Like I said, I say I have my dream job since I was 14 because I've literally been a soil scientist since I was 14. But even just in so many other areas of my life, it's the achievements. Sometimes they don't mean enough unless I do them at a certain pace. I felt like I was an Eagle Scout when I was 12 years old because I had 3 older brothers who were Eagle Scouts. And I was like, well, it's not special unless I do it fast. And I graduated high school at 16, went to college at 17, graduated before I turned 21. And that fast track lifestyle, I've loved it and I've cherished it. But I think in recent times, just realizing the trade-off that there is when moving at such a pace, and how that can impact your mental health and your physical health in turn. it's important to know that you do need to slow down, and it's not just like because everybody's saying it, it's like intrinsic. And having that realization and that understanding that no, it is an intrinsic need to slow down, so that I don't have to feel bad because when I slow down, I tend to feel like I'm not doing enough, you know. So very critical to have that positive perspective on those moments of what I used to think was me being sedentary is just me stabilizing, realigning, refocusing on what I got going on.
Yeah. I like how you said that too. Just even sometimes we mistake like stillness as not doing enough or not being enough. And it's like, no, those are the moments where spirit is calling you to listen more.
Yes.
Like, okay, let me dive deep and hear the things that I need to hear. So that way when I do move again, it's at a pace that, is actually going to not have me moving too fast, right?
Yeah.
Or coming back or doing too much, especially being manifesting generators.
Yeah, and at a pace that's effective and efficient, you know, and that's actually leaving a lasting impact, because I feel like as I look back on some of my experiences like in college, it's like a lot of things I can say that I did, yes, but how many of those things actually had the lasting impact that I would have desired? And was that because of the circumstances, or was that because of my pace not allowing me to put as much effort or attention to detail as it might have needed, you know?
Yeah. I think definitely just being able to allow human design to give you like the minuscule tools, and it's like using those slowly and implementing is one of like it's like a slow and steady type of thing when it comes to that. So being able to see how you were able to reflect out on like past experiences too, like, okay, this is how moving forward I'm going to be able to use those tools to, progress. And so that actually leads us into the next question, is like, how have you used human design specifically as a tool?
I think when we first talked about it, you described like the strategies as a part of the design, and understanding that that it is a moment to be respected and regarded as sacred, right? And to make time for and to put on your schedule, and especially when you have important things going on, and that it's even more important to do when you have important things going on. And just, it's allowed me to, from things as simple as my recent vacation, and being able to have so much gratitude and appreciation for the experience that I got to share with my friends and family and all the new people that I met too. As we all do continuously, is evaluating and reevaluating our careers and our goals and our desires, and how we plan to take steps towards that. And then even just like at a time where I think I used to have a hard time spending money on things that made me feel good in general, just as like a way of life, in terms of being worried that I was going to be back down to zero, or this, that, the third. And now that I'm in a place where I can spend, reasonably and to an extent freely, it's those moments of, okay, but do you really need this or that? And I think, just to continue on a bit of a tangent, I think mastery of those moments of stillness really allow them to come and go easier, quicker, I do it all for you. Yeah. She said this is my shit. Sun is shining from across the waves, not a single soul inside. Voices echo through my endless maze, sharing secrets through the night, calling me into the great beyond, steady putting up a fight. Not much longer till my face is gone. Pretty soon it might just crash into me. You say you're all I need, so crash into me. I say you're all you'll see, but crash into me. I call for him, you smile and crawl into me. I call for him, and he says, well, crash into crash. I'm running rubber, got 100 on the dash. I'm feeling hunger, gotta make a little cash. I'm going under, trying to catch up to the past. I'm thinking about all of the problems that I made. I'm thinking about all of the people that I played. Got back to praying, trying to fix it with the faith. A second son of summer, shooting with the rays. I'm blazing, and way ahead of where I thought it'd be. A prodigy is probably how they refer to me. Eternal odyssey is about to be the starting from my legacy. The energy is elevated, never settle, pedal to the pavement. Crash into me. I call for him. You smile and crawl into me. I call for him, and he says, well, crash into me. Yeah. 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 I think before I would, need a lot of time to sit with something and think about something, before I could settle on a final decision. And now, in just making it a habit to create the space for the thought, makes the thought come so much easier. And then you actually do have time to just sit and rest and not worry about anything.
Yeah. I agree with that one too, because it's a muscle, right? So it's like you start to learn these different tools, and it's like, okay, the more you do them, the easier it gets.
Yes.
So it's like your first time using, or the first time asking your sacral yes or no questions, you might not understand what that yes or no sounds like for you.
Yes.
But then once you start to build the habit of asking yourself those questions and hearing like, okay, I know what sacral yes feels like, I know what a sacral no feels like.
Absolutely.
It comes a lot quicker, and you're like, oh, okay, I kind of knew right away. I actually didn't even need to sleep on this one because I knew right away. Yeah, that sleep was good. I still gave myself the sleep, but I knew even before I went to sleep because I'm so in tune with my body now. Like I'm so in tune, and it's still like giving yourself that allowance of like, okay, even though I feel like I really do know the answer now, I'm getting better at it. I'm still going to honor the ability to be able to sleep on it and like tell people to wait, because the more that it becomes a habit for you, the more that it becomes a habit for the people around you. They'll just know. Like, okay, make sure you hit them up a couple days before, a week before, give them time. Don't try to throw something on them last minute because you might not get the answer right away. So, yeah, I think that's really cool. So, with you being such a creative being, how has human design helped like shape your creativity, or what are some ways that it has helped you like be in your more creative energy?
I think that it's helped because stillness looks different for everybody. And oftentimes I find that stillness with my guitar in my hand. And even through those songs that I write or those melodies that I create, I get to be honest with myself about my feelings in that moment, in a way that you can't always do just sitting and thinking, or even sitting and having a conversation. I think it's a very unique experience that it's allowed me to recognize that value and that sacred space of truly being present with myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And listening,
Yeah.
and what listening actually feels like. Yeah.
That makes sense. Especially because you've already had a relationship with your music. So it's like, it's just giving you another layer of like, okay, this is another way that I can use this in my stillness to then continue to divinely bring in the answers, right? Pull them down from the ether, pull them down from God.
Yes.
Hear what I need to do. And it's like doing that, using something that you already love doing and in your creativity is very much in alignment with your manifesting generator energy.
Yeah, understanding that that's what that experience is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So another question I have for you is, how has your actions began to align with your human design?
I think we were talking about, as a manifesting generator, understanding the importance and the balance of receiving energy to, make a decision, as well as initiating things to create that energy and to create that opportunity. And that aspect in particular is important in my life right now, just as I strive to create the life that I want for myself, and understanding the times that I need to be in a space and absorbing and feeling and experiencing just as is, and understanding the times where I need to be in a space pushing something forward to ensure that it comes to fruition in a certain way, and the discernment in that, because I think, having just one side or the other, it's easy to know what to do because you have one answer. Right. And so, but being in the middle, though it can be more difficult. It can, to be sure in what your actions are. I think it only offers more opportunity to, actually create yourself, I think, is the way I would say that, because it's not just one road that you're prescribed to at any given time.
Yeah.
You're always at the crossroads, and I think that's the best place to be.
Yeah. Especially being a manifesting generator, it's like we have one of the mantras that you can use every day is like, what feels good for me to create today? Like, it might be different. It might look different every day. One day of the week, you might feel like you want to create music. The next day, you might feel like you just want to write a poem. It might look different for everyone. So it's like being able to have that opportunity and that flexibility of, like, how you're saying, kind of being in that middle ground of like, okay, let me allow myself to remake that decision. And not necessarily boxing yourself into, oh, this is only one creative path. Like, we have so many creative paths, but they all intermingle and they all intertwine. So even though, like, some days, like you say, you might be on the producer side, sometimes you're on the performing side, sometimes you're writing the music. It's like, okay, at the end of the day, they all kind of mesh together and create this symphony. Yes. And I am the symphony. Literally, that's me. Yeah, that's super dope. Yeah. So my last question for you is, would you recommend others to learn their human designs, and why?
I would say absolutely. I think it is a simple and holistic way to evaluate some very primal aspects of yourself in a way that, it's not only presenting them to you, but actively equipping you with the tools to manage them better. Yeah. And like, even just like you said, it was maybe a 20-minute conversation at first that we had. And the nuggets that are present just to be able to pull from and implement immediately, and the impact that they've had on me so far is, tremendous. So
that's super cool. That's super dope. So I want to give you the ability to be able to share any message that you feel like the collective needs to hear. Yeah, directly from you. Yeah, ponder on that one. I'm like, we're good for pondering. We love a good ponder. Sitting in the park, pondering.
I would say, she's got to be bold. It's got to be very, very bold. I'm working on that for myself, that the unafraidness to be seen. I think there's a desire to be seen at all times, and a fear of it that often outweighs the desire. And you have to understand that you need to be seen. That's what you're here for. That's what we're all here for, is to put ourselves out there and share our gifts and share our light. And so you just, whatever reason you find that lets you be bold enough to do that, I pray you find it. Yeah.
Ashe. That's what's up. That's what's up. I love that message. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. I just want to say thank you for being a part of episode 7 of Revealing Human Design. And thank you guys all for watching. And we'll see you in the next episode.